The attitude of Lithuanians towards Belarusians is changing, and not for the better. Following the mass protests of 2020, the number of Belarusians seeking refuge in this Baltic country increased at least 3 times. However, due to the provocations of Russian special services and the Belarusian army on the border, Lithuanians are becoming increasingly wary. How does this tense situation affect Belarusians who were forced to leave their country and seek refuge in Lithuania?
Another wave of tensions between Lithuania and Belarus arose after the death of a Lithuanian citizen in the Horadnia pretrial detention center. On the last day of 2023, a man was arrested at the Belarusian border with about 100 pistol rounds found in his car. The Lithuanian died behind bars 3 months later without receiving consular assistance.
We applied to provide consular assistance, but we were not allowed to see our citizen. That's why there is a tendency to close border crossings. We still keep some of them open, but it's clear that the Belarusian KGB is trying hard to close them too, causing the differences between Lithuanians and Belarusians to increase.
The Belarusian issue is frequently on the agenda of Lithuanian authorities. This year, in the Lithuanian parliament, the Seimas, politicians have discussed the closure of border crossings, the recruitment of Lithuanian citizens by Belarusian special services, and the potential threat to national security posed by Belarus. More than 60,000 Belarusians live in Lithuania, many of whom have fled there to escape repression in Belarus. However, today, many of them fear that despite suffering from the aggression of Lukashenko's regime themselves, they will be held responsible for the actions of Belarusian authorities abroad.
I've noticed a difference in how they treat me and my friends who used to be soldiers in Belarus. They served about 10 years ago and retired as majors, lieutenants or captains. These guys switched careers, came here, got residency permits. Some worked at wargaming, some at EPAM. But today, my friends are being forced to leave. They're having their residency permits revoked, without any consideration for their stance on the war.
Writer Hanna Zlatkowskaja fled to Lithuania at the end of 2020 due to political persecution. Since then, she has observed a gradual cooling of the attitude of Lithuanian citizens towards Belarusians.
We rarely ask the Lithuanians themselves what the nature of this fear is. Some of my friends have indirectly learned the answer. Lithuanians think that Belarus is a huge country. Indeed, Belarus is bigger than Lithuania. Maybe they perceive us as a big neighbor that can swallow their small country.
Russian special services are actively working to spread animosity between Belarusians and Lithuanians, organizing a wide range of provocations. Recently, a photo has circulated in the Lithuanian media showing "Vilnius is ours," written in Belarusian on an entrance sign to the city. Journalists discovered that such slogans are ordered in work-related chats for €50. These provocations aim to convince Lithuanians of the threat of so-called Litvinism, an ideology suggesting that Belarus has a historical claim to part of Lithuania's territory. The groups promoting this ideology on social networks are administered either from Moscow or by Lukashenko regime officials. Meanwhile, trolls on social networks pretending to be Lithuanians are sending threatening messages to Belarusians based in Lithuania. Conversely, Lithuanians often receive such messages from troll accounts pretending to be Belarusians. Analysis of these messages clearly indicates the involvement of the Kremlin.
It's really offensive that all the time we have to prove that we are normal, that we're all against the war in Ukraine.
This week, the State Security Department of Lithuania has announced that there are no organized groups promoting radical Litvinism in Lithuania that represent a threat. Nevertheless, according to the Migration Department of Lithuania, last year more than 1,600 Belarusians were recognized as a threat to national security. Some of them had their residence permit cancelled or not extended, while others were simply denied a Lithuanian national visa.